Hey guys, it's Alonzo with Limitless Gaming going over my Jobless Reincarnation deck profile. I've gone through a lot of different variants with this deck, and I think this is the final one, and I want to share it because I'm pretty happy with it. Alright, let's just get straight into it. So we're playing two zero-cost lanes. A lot of our zero-cost follow the theme of either being level zeros that are toolbox or level zeros that give us a lot of value and don't have to have a huge commitment, basically. So the Ghislaine that's going to be a 1 is going to be a level 1, that's 45. If you have no other battle cards, is really good because a lot of times in the early game, we don't want to awaken our opponent. We want to play really low and want to get to 1 first so we can start doing our whole huge chain climax combos. But yeah, so we're playing 2 Ghislaines, 3 Roxy because we need to play a certain amount of blue, and Roxy's to activate the event card. And there's also a 4K beater, which is actually really nice. We play 1 P Hunter. This gives us a stock, really good. We're playing 3 Ruijerd. You could play 4 if you like, but I like just playing 3. This card's just good because obviously you can clock yourself for 1 and then search your turn for anything. So great card. When they're playing 3 Talent for Magic Rudius, we're only playing 3. I don't think you need 4 because this is also searchable with Ruijerd. And of course, our deck is just pretty consistent. And but it's also a yellow card, so you don't want to stack on too many yellow cards, and especially because we're playing 3 colors, we don't want to stack on colors that aren't those prominent colors. So 3 has been fine for me. We play 1 Torubu Tufts, or whatever it's called. But basically, when it's played, you send to the drop or your waiting room, and you discard a card, and you'll be able to salvage any card from your graveyard. This is really good for getting climax out of your hand. Great one of love this a lot. And then we play for some other one-ofs, we play Roxy Audible Gas. This gets us our event, and then Lolly Scornful Eyes Roxy. This basically is our climax switcher. This card is really good in the climax that we're playing because we're playing this, and this is really good when we add it to hand to basically swap out for a standby if we need that depending on our game state. So this is just really good for that. And then we play 2 Roxy Brainstorms. I'm very, very happy with 2. Honestly, I don't think you need any more within the version that I'm playing, so I think I'm very happy with 2. And then that's pretty much it for all the zeros. All right, and then we play our standbys. So we're going to be playing 4 Eris Request, of course, and then 4 Future Magicians, because we're playing the combo that people don't really play. It's going to be this one right over here. And honestly, I love this combo, and I feel like the combo puts in a lot of work for me. I know some people don't really like playing it, but I feel like you should definitely give it a try. And especially, this kind of changes the pace of the deck. And honestly, I think it's been really good. And the fact that you can make your opponent cause less soul damage and just kind of prolong the game, especially with our standby, basically it lets us play the game that we want to. If our opponent isn't playing super aggressively, this kind of lets us set up and do what we want to do. And this is also just really good for our climax switcher to get us our standby whenever we need it, because there are sometimes when you activate your climax off the top of the deck and you're like, oh, I don't want it right now, or I don't have the card in my waiting room, or like, it's better when I have a certain combo or when I level up. So it's really good for basically switching out for whatever you need. So those are our climaxes. All right, and then we have our level 1 bodies. We're playing 4 Eris, and then just 1 Ghislaine. 1 the Ghislaine because it's searchable, especially on level 1 where we have a lot of searchable cards or brainstormers to retrieve this, or Ruijerd, of course, as well. We kind of want a card that will get us something without having the climax. Of course, this mills 4 as well, or up to 4, which is really nice on certain hands where we want to be able to clock ourselves to just heal it and get us a free card, or we just don't have the climax. So we play 1, and then we play 4 the Eris because the card Eris is just really nice. And then for all our level 1 event cards, we play 3 of the Roxy Amulet, and then 3 You Can Buy Their Money. No one really plays this card, I understand why. It's a backup, which is cool, whatever. But a lot of times when you get your climaxes in your like second or third swing or first swing, you kind of just want to get it off your stock so you can have a clean stock. And this is really good because it kind of gives you the ability to use stock on your opponent's turn, which actually does come up. And of course, it also stops any effects like a lane. So honestly, I think it's pretty flexible, and the fact that you can search and salvage anything, which is really nice, and discard any climaxes or extra cards that you don't need. I feel like this card serves a lot of purposes. And then obviously we have the amulet, which is really good. I think everyone knows it's good. Just do you want to commit to the package is kind of the question. But yeah, I think I really like the amulet and the extra card that back up. They kind of serve different purposes, and they're really nice to have. All right. And then we play 4 of the Sylph. Now, Sylph is honestly the heart of the deck, so we're not playing any Ghislaine, any level 2 Ghislaines, because we are playing 1 Ghislaine anti-cheat and then 1 of the Rudius. So obviously we can't play both, but honestly, I think I'm pretty happy with just playing this and just playing one of these, especially how we're playing. We play it a little bit slower, and we want to get this off to basically evolve into level 3 and basically just make it so our opponent has a really hard time dealing with our big bodies while we damage them, and they're having a very hard time damaging us until we get to that point where they get to activate any of their big climax combos. Right before we get to that turn, that's when we want to commit with all our standbys and all our stuff to just kind of go in. So that's kind of the idea. But yeah, 1-1, perfectly fine. 4, you want to max out because your opponent is always going to have usually an anti-cheat, and we play into that, which is actually good because it makes our compressor better, so you don't have to worry about that. If people are going to get rid of it, that's totally expected, and that's okay. And then we play 1, I forgot the term is, but we can early play, and then 1 Roxy to boost our guys, and also has that second effect with a climax, so that's nice. And then we play 3 of our Chant Roxy. This is our game ender. This is kind of how we win games. We want to stack the 2 or 3, and then we play 3 Self. Self is also one of our game enders, because we'll play this. We want to basically stack these as early as we can. We can do this as early as level 1 if we have the whole setup, and then when we know we're going to go for the kill the last turn, that's when we drop all these Roxys. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. The deck profile is pretty straightforward. I've been having a lot of fun with that. You definitely should give it a try. And if you guys have any questions or anything, just let me know below. Later.